We go get our coffee over here. We go to this park over here. We usually go over here to, you know, hang out with friends. This is our favorite club. This is our world. This is our favorite spot on the beach. We all live in this bubble. What you got to do to get the life that God wants you to have, you got to put more air in your bubble. You got to blow your bubble up. Expand yourself. Take yourself out your comfort zone. Do not live in your bubble. Put some more air in your bubble. If you stay in your comfort zone, that's where you will fail. You will fail in your comfort zone. Success is not a comfortable procedure. It is a very uncomfortable thing to attempt. So you got to get comfortable being uncomfortable if you ever want to be successful. Start putting some pressure on. Put some pressure on yourself. Get out here and get about it. Look, I'd love to sugarcoat this thing for you. I'd love to tell you, look, you can go out here and get rich, do a couple of things. That ain't happening. You got to get real doggish. You got to get downright funky if you want to make it. Now, like I was telling you before, if you want to be ordinary, you ain't even got to listen to me. Just go on about your business. If you think ordinary is cool, ain't no problem. It's some really, really wonderful ordinary people. But if you are sitting in this room and you have extraordinary aspirations, then you're going to have to do extra. You put extra on top of ordinary and you come up with extraordinary. It's no other way. I'm sorry. But here's the fact. All of you have extraordinary capabilities. All of you. You have to decide if you are willing to do the things to put you in that category. Rich people don't sleep 8 hours a day. That's a third of your life. It ain't but 24 hours in a day. You cannot be sleep 8 hours a day. You can't live in LA and wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning. It's 11 o'clock on the East Coast. The stock market been open 2 hours. They already making decisions about your life and your ass was asleep. The Bible says, he who loves to sleep and the folding of hands, poverty will set upon you like a thief in the night. He who loves to sleep and the folding of hands, poverty will set upon you like a thief in the night. I'm going to ask you one question, I'm going to go. How many of you in here know somebody who loves to sleep? Who knows somebody that loves to sleep? Let me ask you something. Ain't they po?
Hey, people. Good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are in the world right now, tuning into this call. It's your girl, Nikki Knows Now, and this is our Monday motivation. I want to see where we're all tuning in from. I know we got Jamaica on the call, so hey, what's up? Hey, Razia, I see you, girl. I see my mentor, the main man himself, Mr. Des Ame. Hey, how you doing, Des? Looking sharp right there. Who else have we got? We got Essie. Hey, Essie. I see you, Aaron. Who else have we got on this call right now? Aaron's in Lewisham. Hey, we're in London. Who else do we have here? How far are we tuned in from right now? Bromley, Croydon. Hi, Christopher. Nice to have you on this call. I hope you can all hear me well. I've muted everyone, so the sound should be fine. Let me know that you can see me. Let me know you can hear me. And that you are tuned in. Remember, the note takers are the money makers, so make sure you have your notes. Where are my note takers at? Hit me up in that chat box. You know I like to see that we have Selena from Kent. Hey, Selena, welcome, welcome. You know I like to see that you're paying attention. I like to see that we're here, that we're listening, that we're available. So let me see. Oh, we have Bailey from Spain. How are you doing, girl? Let me just make sure that I've muted everyone and make sure this chat box is clean. And then we are going to get started. Let's remove this. Let me know that you can see me and hear me. I was having a slight interference there, but I think I'm back. Patrona, hey, nice to see you. Nice to see you all. So welcome to this Monday motivational call. Now, for those of you that don't know me, my name's Nikki Knows Now, and I am a brand expert, a life coach, and I've did 15 years in the banking industry, training and managing banks, the bank managers and the leaders of the banks, including the CEO for the last 15 years, before the last 3 years where I've been running and leading teams of my own. And now being in IML, I've grown a team of just over 200. So I'm so excited to be running these calls. I've opened it up to any and anyone, not just people in IML. You could be a business person who just wants that little bit of motivation. I am here available. So please share this with your friends. It's the same link every single Monday. Each week we'll have something slightly different, but for those of you that know me, it will be practical solutions. It's not just about pumping you with helium. This is all about knowing what are the key strategic steps that you can take in order to be successful. So today is all about retention, keeping your teams, keeping yourself motivated. How terrible is it sometimes that we do all the hard work, we get our teams together, we create these amazing teams, and then they leave, or they get demotivated, or they cancel. And it's the worst thing because we've done the hard work, or so we believe. Well, I'll put it to you like this, and I'm going to read you a quote from Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Now, it's interesting that when I was studying Stephen Covey in the bank, I had no idea that the key principles to everything that I was doing was surrounded by Stephen Covey's 7 habits. So what I'm going to share with you today is a little bit of Stephen Covey's 7 habits, but it's my twist on it, on how we help to create momentum, but also keep people motivated. So if you're on this call and you don't have a team, focus on keeping yourself motivated, because sometimes we can't even keep ourselves motivated, but we want to motivate teams. So I'm going to give you some real strategic, clear goals on how you can, first of all, keep yourself motivated. And if you have teams, you can apply that to keep your teams motivated, as well as to keep them doing the things that they need to do in order to create that real momentum in your business. And these principles can be applied not just in business, but holistically in your relationships, your marriage, the way you treat your children, the way you go about doing your everyday business. So check this out. And if you haven't read this book, I want you to really see if you can get the book. The book is called 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and it's by Stephen Covey. Now, Stephen Covey, I'm going to read you the definition of what he says here around being successful. And I'm going to break it down for you. So check this. If you want to achieve your highest aspirations and overcome your greatest challenges, this is what you need to do. Check it. Identify and apply the principle or the natural law that governs the results that you seek. And then you need to apply the principle and use your strengths, talents, and creativity in order to achieve success. And then you tie the two things together so they work in harmony in order to get your true success. So let me break that down for you. In order to be really successful, the first thing you have to do is find out what it is you want to do. Find out what part of your life or what part of your business is not as successful as you think. In this term, we're looking at retention, right? So once you've found out what you need to do, that's the first part, because if you don't have a goal, you don't know where you're going, you can't achieve it. So the first part is really breaking down what part of your business, your life, your relationship you want to fix, or you want to grow, or you want to enhance. So for this example, we're looking at retention, keeping ourselves motivated. But then that is not enough just to know where you want to go. That's just the first half. In order to really apply this principle, once you've found out what it is you want to do, you need to find out what are the steps that you need to take in order to get that thing done. And then you use your talents, then you use your strengths and your creativity in order to bring the two things together. So let me give you a practical example. We have somebody who wants to be a chef, right? They know they want to be a chef. They know they want to open their own restaurant, but they're not there yet. So that is the goal, right? But just knowing they want to be a chef is not good enough. That's not going to get you there. What's going to get you there is by knowing exactly the key steps that a great chef took in order to become a great chef. So you then need to find out what are those steps that you need to take. So you then take the steps of improvement. It may be cooking classes. It may be learning how to present on a plate. There may be things that you need to do in order to understand that particular skill. And then once you've known the skill that you need to do, you need to use your own strengths, your own talents, and creativity. Listen to this, creativity. So it means that, listen, we're at a point now where social media is crazy at the moment. The content that we all have is very similar, very the same. I could post something today and somebody else is posting the same thing. Content is very, very similar at the moment. What is going to be the difference between you and somebody else is you. So you have to be the difference in every single thing that you do. So when Stephen Covey says, derive from it, your strengths, talents, and creativity, has to be applied within the principle of what it is that you want to do. Knowing what you want to do is not good enough. You have to apply it with your uniqueness. So I'm going to give you 7 tips on how you can apply your uniqueness in order to grow. Okay? So the first thing that we're going to look at is removing fear. Now, we speak about fear all the time, right? The first thing is removing fear. Now, technology, as I said, is growing so fast. We live in this kind of microwave society where everybody wants things straight away. Everybody wants things immediately. We've got Uber, we've got the microwave. But I want to put this to you. I want to really put this to you, and I hope you understand what I mean. The things that we put in the microwave, that's not where the journey started. We may have put them in there for 2 minutes or 1 minute, but how about the processed food has been taken time in a factory, it's been cooked, or it's been whatever's happened to it, then it's been frozen, and then it gets to us. So we may be looking at the journey, we may be looking at things and thinking that it's an instant result. Some of us may look at people that's just joined the business. How come they're P1000? How come they're making 5,000 in trading? But let me put this to you. They may have joined a month ago, but their journey started 15 years ago when they were working in the bank, understanding the skill. So we're looking at a microwave, hoping that we'll get rich quick. The first thing is we need to understand that this is not a get rich quick scheme. Getting rich quick is not the way to go. We have to understand that this thing takes time. This thing is going to take time. It's going to take understanding that there's a process so that when you have your microwave moment, you've done the background work behind it. So the first step is eliminating fear. Now, we've spent so much time last week talking about fear. I'm not even going to go into fear. All I want you to know at this bullet point is just do it. Number 1, eliminate fear, just do it. Don't worry about, if you don't feel you have the skill, try. Make the phone call. Call that person that you've been scared to call and set up an arrangement to have a meeting. Message them. Just do it. What is the worst that can happen? Don't look to the people that you're comfortable. Steve Harvey just said your comfort zone is your broke zone. Look for people who you're scared to approach because they look like they've got a little bit of posture. They're the people that you want to collaborate with. So eliminate fear. The action for that is message or contact someone who you are frightened to contact. Message or contact someone who you believe has so much posture, they wouldn't even dream of working with you. That's who you need to message. That's who you need to pick up the call and arrange a meeting with. The second one, when it comes to retention, give without expectation. You see, we're in a world now where we give to receive, or we give because we want something back. In order to keep people, we need to show them that we care. We need to show them that we are genuine. We're not just contacting people because we want them to pay their subscription or we want them to purchase from us. Contact them because you genuinely care about that individual. Contact them because you know that your connection with them is solely because you want them to be better. You see, why is it that people join and they leave? Why is it that collaborations don't work? It's because the people are not making money, point blank. If you're a leader and you see a lot of people leaving, people don't leave because they're happy. People leave because they're not making money. So you need to tap into the fact of, how do I help this person make money? The first thing you need to do is give without explanation. So many of us have people join our businesses for our own desires. Now, I'm not saying that we're not going to, we're not going to benefit from others, but there has to be a 50-50 balance. You have to be giving, but they are also receiving. So there's a mutual exchange here. What do I mean by that? I mean, if you're just signing someone up so you can hit a rank, guess what? They are going to drop off. They are going to cancel. You have to understand that the best way that you can make the results that you need is by ensuring that the person that you're signing is making money. The person that you're collaborating with is benefiting from your collaboration. If you can't help that individual to be able to make money, if you can't even make money yourself, why would someone want to work with you? So you have to upskill yourself. If there's areas in your life or areas in your business that you're not currently aware of, reach out to someone and seek assistance so that you can therefore pass on that knowledge. The real test of a leader is not what rank the leader is or not how much that leader's making. The real test of a leader is how much money their people are making, how much money people around them are making. That's the real test. How many people have you helped to make money? That's the real test of your leadership. So if you're around some people that are not making money, you need to find out from them, what is it they need from you? How can you give? How can you serve? This one is all about service. How can you serve to ensure that you are helping others to make money? The third one is about listening. Listen, I've written here, listen and hear rather than listening to prepare your response. You see, sometimes as leaders, we're listening because we want to say something, we want to respond back. But if we only just listen to the need of the person, listen to the need of the individuals, listen to what they are saying, because you're able to support them when you listen. There's no coincidence that we have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. Listen to be able to hear what that person's saying. Half the time, if we actually listen to the individuals, if we actually listen to the individuals that we were speaking to, we will be able to help them. But because we only have our own interests at heart, sometimes you want to message someone because they haven't paid, or you want to message someone because, they're slipping up. I spoke about this last week. Ask open questions. Ask them, how are they? Not about the business. How are you? Really care about the individuals that you have in your team. Really care about yourself. If you're not taking self-care, if you're not taking yourself to prepare your mind, how on earth are you going to help other people? How on earth are you going to reach your maximum capacity if you are not taking true care of yourself, of your education, of your business, of your mindset? The next one, stop blaming everyone and everything for everything that goes wrong. We can be our own worst enemies sometimes. Oh, it's because my upline left. Oh, it's because I didn't have a rich father like they did. Someone gets promoted. Oh, it's because they, it's because they have more time. They're at home all day. Oh, it's because they have no children. Listen, I'm here for the ladies, but ladies, we have a device now that allows us to make money on our phone. We have a device now that we can't use the children as excuses anymore. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but bank accounts don't take excuses. We need to stop making excuses and start speaking about solutions. I'm sorry if you were coming on this call expecting something different today, but I'm going to keep it 100% real. I'm going to keep it 100% real. We cannot take excuses to the bank. We cannot take excuses to our children when they want to go to that private school and say to them, look, here's the excuse, you can still go. We need to stop making excuses. Take responsibility for the situation that you're in. It may not be your fault. You may have it tough, but guess what? You can write down all the things that you can do. I said it last week when I was on bed rest. I was 7 months pregnant. I was on bed rest for 7 months. From month 3 all the way down to my pregnancy. I couldn't do anything, but what could I do? I did Zoom calls. I made events in my own home. There is always things that you can do. Listen, this opportunity allows us to make money whilst we sleep. But if we make excuses, oh, you know, the reason they left because they're not serious. How many times you hear people say, oh, they left because they're not serious? No, they left because they're not making no money and you're not helping them make money. Yeah, you get people that's not serious. But how many times have people don't leave if they're making money? People don't leave if they're making money. So we have to stop making excuses. And when we look at the numbers and see people leaving the team, wonder why they left. They left because they're not making no money. They're not making no money. So let's stop making excuses. We can blame other people, but it's time to understand, what is it that I need to do in order to really help the people that surround me? Yes, we can't make them, but we can support them, set them game plans, set them goals, set them things, help them along the way, give your advice and support. Don't just sign people up and leave them. Help them to make money, help them. And one of my bugbears, help everyone. Let me tell you something. There is too much money in this world for us to have competition. You know, there's too much. I'm not even going in order because it's appropriate for me to say it now, right? Number 5, which is resolving differences. Yeah, there's too much money in this world, in this industry, for us to be competing with each other. There's too much money. Not only resolve differences, but help everyone to win. Now, I'm not saying you post every single thing on your social media, especially if it's not in line with your branding. And we'll talk a lot about branding next week, right? But I want you to understand that there is no harm in lifting a brother up or lifting a sister up. Repost their events. Repost them. We don't have to be, you know, we don't have, sometimes when people get promoted or people are running events, you know, we want to be happy for each other, but deep down there's a little bit of, you know, I want that. There's a little bit of a distaste in our mouth. We don't want to give wholeheartedly. We don't want to give 100%. Because we're in competition with other people, or we feel that we should be better. In order for you to be better, do better. Don't look at the man on the left. Don't look at the man on the right. Do you know who I compete with? I compete with the best version of me. So we need to start giving. Give to those who you feel that you don't even need anything from, who can't even help you. Celebrate other people's successes. Encourage other people's events. Encourage other people's Zooms. As long as it's not, you know, a direct opposite to what you're doing, or to what, you know, I'm a strong believer in God. So if someone was running an event that was against God, I'm not going to send that. But you understand what I mean. Take away the kind of competitive spirits. There's too many competitive spirits around where we're not lifting each other up. It's a $5.3 trillion a day market. That's just the Forex alone. There is a lot of money. There's room at the table. Come on, people. I'm here to unleash us today. I'm here to unleash us today because this one about, you know, competitiveness is too much. And, you know, when you have that barrier up, yes, it blocks your blessings. It will block your blessings because you're potentially blocking a collaboration. You're potentially blocking something that will come to you. Celebrate other people and resolve your differences. Listen, half the time we don't even agree with people, or we don't get on with them, and they have no idea. You think they don't like you and they don't even know who you are. Sometimes we just need to speak to that person and say, listen, hey, I know this has been a bit distant, or hey, I'm not sure if we've got anything going on here. Open our mouths and speak, because guess what? You may be upset with someone who doesn't even know you exist. Resolving differences. And in our business of network marketing, it's so important that we have good relationships. And maybe I'll do a Zoom on good relationships. I've done one before about the building solid relationships. But resolving differences. Someone doesn't pay, all of a sudden you don't want to talk to them anymore. I mean, check in with people. This is not about checking up. This is about checking in. Take this one. Check in. Don't check up. When you sign someone, how many days after you've signed them up or joined business with them or collaborated, how many times do you message them back or call them back to check in? Not about the business, about them. Check in, not check up. Because most of the time when you're contacting someone is when you need something from them. And we want to break that today. Check in Don't check up. Plan your day. That's number 6. Plan your day. And I'll run through them again just to make sure we've all got them at the end, just a summary. But number 6 is plan your day. You know, this society is a society where we're cell phone society, mobile phone society. Every minute we're on the go, on the go, on the go. Or is it just me? Where you can see you've been on the phone all day, you've been responding to messages, you've been blowing things up in the group, you know, flame, promotion. And then you look at the time and it's 5 o'clock. The time's up. Where did the time go? Where did the time go? Plan your day. Plan your day and do the things that are important. When was the last time you scheduled in your plan, do you have check in with this person? Key. Such and such. When they joined, and I said this last week, rather than just so happy to add them to the group, have you actually put in your diary, such and such joined today, check in with them, and put an alarm to check in with them. Put an alarm to check in with the person that you've just signed up to make sure, A, they're okay. Put an alarm in on their birthday. Message them. Do you even know when some of your team's birthdays are? These are the small things, TNTs, I tell you, tiny noticeable things, the TNTs that's going to keep people in your business. Do you know some of your team's birthdays? Do you actually remember? There's one thing knowing. Remember what Stephen Covey said. One thing knowing, second thing applying, the action. So do you know, but then do you follow through? Do you follow through? How do you follow through? You're building multi-billionaire companies, organizations right now. There's no way you're going to remember every single person in your team's birthday. So guess what you do? You write it down, set an alarm, message such and such. It's their birthday today. Very simple, but we don't do these things. Next one, last one, number 7. Branding, one of my favorite ones. Who do you want to be known for? Who do you want to be known for? Really, really important. Be that person. If you want to be known for someone, imagine, you know, you've retired and people are doing a dedication towards you and they're saying all these beautiful things about you. What are some of the things that you would want them to say? Put in the chat box. One word that you want people to say about you when you're retired. Let me see what's coming up on here. Let's see. One word. What do you want people? What's your legacy? Okay, inspiration. We got it there. Kind. Made an impact. Happy, positive. Humble. Love it. I love it. Keep them coming in. Amazing, thoughtful. Now, these are the things that we have to, you see, sometimes you have to do things in reverse. Ask yourself the question and then act accordingly. So if you want someone to always say, I'll take happy, for example, you want someone to say that you were such a happy person. How do you react in your downtime? How do you react when you know things are not going well? How do you react when someone in your team cancels? Because if you want to be that person, you have to be that person. If you want to get those type of comments or results, if that's your legacy, how do you do it? We've got helpful there. Are you always helpful? How do you help? Because if you want that, you have to be that. So I'm going to run these through real quick before we end this call. We're 3 minutes over. And, you know, personal stagnation. Personal stagnation is one of the ones that, you know, it blocks you not only from your own success, but from the success of others. And what do I mean by that? You know, there's 4 parts. You know, you've got your mind, your health, your mind, your body, your heart, and your spirit. So your mind is all about, you know, you're learning, keep growing, keep making sure that your mind is looked after. Then you have your health. You know, eat better, work out, keep yourself together. Then you have your heart, making sure that you're kind to people. You're practicing kindness because you mean it, not because you're just doing it because you want to get something out of it. Real, genuine kindness. And then you've got your spirit, which is your beliefs, right? And sometimes what we do is we forget about those things because they're the finer things. They're the things that you don't see on your back office. They're the things that you don't see in your numbers. But personal stagnation is one of the things that can really hold you back from real real growth. And it's about getting in your mind, your body, your heart, and your spirit. Those 4 things need to be in check. So let me summarize to you real quick what we've gone through, right? The definition that Stephen Covey said about understanding what you need to do and how you need to apply it. The first one was removing fear. Just do it. One of the examples I gave was to be able to just go out there and message someone that you feel is bigger than you. Message someone that, you know, is more powerful than you, that you feel have no reason signing you up, and mentor them and coach them and help them and support them. The second one is give without explanation. Give without wanting something back. Give and give from your heart, right? The third one was listen and hear rather than listening to prepare your response. Listen to what your people are saying. Understand that we're all human. So people have emotions. Listen to what they say in order to give the best advice and to be somebody who they can look up to. The fourth one is stop blaming everyone and everything. Stop with the if only, they wouldn't quit. If only they were serious. No, not if only they were serious. If only you'd help them. Take away the excuses and put in place for the excuses, put solutions, real clear solutions. Number 5 is resolving differences and non-competition. Give freely. Give freely to others. Don't have any, remove competition. Remove competition and make sure that you're genuine and resolve differences. So many businesses collapse because of differences. We're all, especially if you're dealing with powerful people that are, around you, there will be differences. There will be, issues coming up because powerful people have opinions. And that's who you want to attract. And then number 6 is plan your day. Book in the diary. Check in with people. Make sure that, people are okay. Check in and not check up. Yeah, check in and not check up. This is the beauty of live calls. I've just got my dad walk through. Can you not see him? Give a shout out to him. He's just walked in. Plan your day. Make sure that you really genuinely care about people. Care enough to set an alarm on your phone. Care enough to put down when their birthdays are, to put down when you promise to help them and support them. And then the last one is around your branding and personal stagnation. Have your mind, body, heart, and spirit in the right place and work towards it. Work towards keeping yourself how you want to be remembered. Now, I just want to leave you with one last nugget, and that is every single one of us have the ability to have supreme businesses. I'm talking about mind-blowing businesses that we have never even imagined in our entire life. It's very, very easy to sign someone up, but it's harder to keep them and to help them to make money. Your legacy, if your legacy meant your legacy was based on how many people were making money today, how big would your legacy be based on you helping them to make money? So I want to leave you with that, and I hope that you've taken value from this call. Let me know in the chat box if you have taken value from this call. I appreciate every single one of you for taking your time out. I know we've gone a little bit over, but I wanted to just make sure that everything was clear and everything was good. Next week, we're going to be talking about branding, how to really, bring your branding forward. I'm going to give you some clear nuggets on branding, on how you can really just unleash and take things to the next level so that you're really trusted within your businesses and within your communication. So have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your evening. I love you all. Please follow me if you're not following me on Nikki Knows Now on Instagram. I'll just type that in the chat box. And let me know that you got some value from this call. Absolutely love you all. Have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful rest of your evening. Take care.